Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. Today on the vlog, we have quite a bit going on. We're going to start out here with packing some Patreon rewards for my Lunchbox Club over on Patreon. But we will be ending the video with a con vlog, so stay tuned and watch until the end. If you are new here, I'm an illustrator and comic artist from Canada, and the first thing I want to say is I apologize for not putting any vlog content on the channel for the last few weeks and for falling a bit behind on my usual upload schedule. I wanted to take the time to be honest with you and just let you know that I haven't been doing so great. Not that there's anything in particular to complain about. I just feel that sometimes in life there are ups and there are downs, and unfortunately I happen to hit a little period of being down, and I tend to get really hard on myself during these times because I pack my to-do list, my schedule with so much stuff that if I am operating at anything less than 100%, I begin to fall behind, and then the guilt of having fallen behind compounds my bad feelings. So that's kind of where I've been at for the last little bit, balancing like forgiving myself for not being, you know, the superstar Tuna that I'm used to being, while also managing to complete all of the tasks that I have to. And sometimes the extra, I don't want to call it a burden, but like task of having to record and be quote unquote on for the camera can be a little bit too much. So that is why I had fallen a little behind on uploading the YouTube videos. But spoilers, I am feeling a lot better. By the end of this video, which will span about a week and a bit of my life, I turned myself around and here I am doing the voiceover, feeling a little bit back to normal and looking forward to what is on the horizon for the next few weeks. When I hit these kind of interruptions in my schedule, I often tend to catastrophize, hi anxiety, how are you, and feel like, oh, it's the end of my business, it's the end of my career, gotta go to wait tables. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just, you know, it's not the life path that I am currently on. But now with a little bit of context, a little bit of lightness back in my step, I can look back on that catastrophizing and remind myself that these ups and downs, it's all natural, it's all part of life, and it's all part of running my own business. I sometimes feel when I start to lose track of things that there is this snowball effect that I am chasing after all of my tasks, never really reaching the bottom of my to-do list and getting any sense of relief or satisfaction from what it is that I do. And at the end of the day, I think that the only solution is to do my freaking best, wake up every day, look at my to-do list, be like, what can I actually accomplish here? Check in with my feelings. One of the things that really I struggle with during these kinds of times is extreme creative tasks. In particular right now, that is painting, and I have an ongoing commission list of pet portraits that I have scheduled throughout the year. I usually try and budget one a week or 2 to 4 a month if I know that the month's going to be busy with other stuff. And that was one of the things that I just like wasn't able to keep up with, and then there I am feeling guilty, and then, you know, another task pops up that's a little bit time sensitive, and I'm just really grateful that there is flexibility in my job to pick and choose what I do day to day while trying to hit all of my deadlines within reason. But the pros and cons to being self-employed is that no one is really breathing down your neck to get stuff done. So if you aren't motivating yourself, there isn't really much motivation to find. So anyway, that is all that I wanted to start this video off. Not on a bad note, but there are some ups, there are some downs throughout the video. Stay tuned for the rest. Hi. Okay, on a lighter note. While I was working earlier, I received a very big and heavy box filled to the brim with stickers, and I will be honest, I am super excited to open this up. This is a restock of all of my sticker sheets that I'm hoping will last me like probably through the end of the year realistically, but at least through my summer stuff. There was originally supposed to be 1,500 stickers in this package, but long story short, the first box arrived just in time for this one to go into production, so I was able to take about, I think, 400 of those stickers off. So yeah, it was meant to be 1,600, less 400, 1,200 stickers, sheets are supposed to be in this box. So let's take a look, shall we? My goodness, okay. It is Thursday, Tuna here, checking in. It is just after 6 o'clock, and today I have bad news, kind of. Unfortunately, I have made the decision to remove my membership from the Maker's store, one of the two stores that I'm in. I have decided to close up shop, as it were, there, stop paying rent, and move on from that agreement. I'm about to head over there to pack down. I will go into more of my thoughts while we are packing down about why I've decided to do this. With every change that I make in my business, I shuffle it around and something new pops up. So these things happen, and when you run a small business, there are ups and there are downs. I can't help but feel like ups and downs is just the theme of how this video is going to go. But basically, if you've watched my previous videos about Makers, let me just catch you up. It's basically you rent space in these retail stores that you bring a shelf in and you can sell whatever you want. You pay a set rent cost and then you take 100% on the sales that you make. And I have been at this Park Royal location since last October, and so far my experience was that I did really well over the holiday season, but almost every other month I've not been able to recoup that rent cost, and I told myself once I had gotten back to zero with all that profit that I made during the holiday season, that's when I was going to call it quits, throw in the towel, and not lose any more money. And I do feel like there were benefits to being here outside of just generating profit, but it's very expensive and it just wasn't really a risk that I wanted to take anymore. I do have a second location where I am still selling my stuff. That's a little bit closer to where I live. And so instead of doing two locations, I think it just makes more sense to downsize to one. And I have some friends who have been at that location for quite some time who do say that it is quite profitable, especially through the summer, as that particular area gets a lot of tourists passing through. Oh my God, of course. I'm in the North Van location at the shipyards. Oh, okay. So I do have my stuff available. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to reach out, but then again, North Van Makers.
Okay, I go in there all the time too.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Good time.
Yeah. Thank you. It was so cute. I was like,
Oh, thank
and
you.
it's stuff they would totally be into. So that's another cheers. Thank you.
Pardon that interruption. I always find it funny when I happen to catch a natural interaction on camera. But yeah, I have no regrets for the cost and the spend of being set up here. I think it was a really cool opportunity. And I think like the allure of Makers is that it is difficult to sell items wholesale to stores. And so instead of doing wholesale, you're kind of bypassing that process and taking matters into your own hands by just paying this monthly rent, which is like almost 500 Canadian dollars, by the way. And if you've watched any of my con vlogs, you know that I can definitely turn that much profit at cons quite easily, but sales were just so slow here at the retail location. It's definitely like a your mileage may vary situation. The person to my left and to my right, both of them have been there since I started there, so they are also in it for quite a long haul. I don't know if they're making better sales than I am. I'd have to assume that they are, because yeah, you don't want to be flushing money down the drain. But quite a few of my friends were also at this location selling similar products, and we were all reporting just really lackluster sales, and a lot of us have moved out, unfortunately, over the past few months. And so deciding to do this feels like the right thing to do. Again, I have no regrets for having been there, for having leaving, and I look forward to putting my attention more into the other location store. Hello everyone. Okay, so it is Friday afternoon right now. I have spent most of the morning tidying up the workspace after I loaded all of that stuff in from Makers into my 50% of my living room that is my studio. Things got very cozy on top of how cozy they usually are. So that's what I've been up to. I did pack for my con tomorrow. You can see that there in the background. Tomorrow I am going to Harumatsuri. It's just a one-day show here in Vancouver, and I thought I was going to do a separate video for it, but I don't think this video is going up like the day that I intended it to, so we're just gonna lump them together, do a extra long, extra fun studio vlog slash con vlog. But I'm really looking forward to it. Relatively low stakes, and this is my first market event in, I think it was about a month ago that I did the last one. You'll have to check the videos to be sure, because I don't know off the top of my head. But after this one, I am headed into, I think it's 5 over 7 weekends. 5 of them I have events, or like 4 over 6. Again, I'm kind of just living in the moment here, and going into this super busy period, I think it's going to get me out of my head, which is very important, give me some stuff to focus on, and give me like a schedule, give me an awareness of what day of the week it is at any given time. But I have not called you here to rant more. We are into the positives, and I wanted to show you, I am planning to update my sticker board for this event and the, further events that I'm going to, for 2 reasons. The first reason is I haven't liked my sticker board since I made the dang thing. It doesn't have the flow that I require out of my display. And it's kind of big and clunky, and I think that by creating this new plan that I have, it's going to be way more modular. It's going to be great for all the traveling that I have to do. And yeah, let me show you. Okay, so before we get started on the new plan, this is the sticker board that I have been using. It is literally just a weird wooden panel that I got at Michael's, painted it with yellow house paint, and stuck my stickers onto it. There's no rhyme or reason or order to this display. I have to actually stick it on an easel stand in order for it to stand on its own on the table. It is not the vibe. So here is my new plan. This is a digital file that I've created. I'm going to print it out on sticker paper, and I am going to stick it to my grid storage cube panels. So I'm gonna have 2 of them. It's going to be 18 total sticker spots. And I think it's gonna look a little bit janky, not gonna lie, because I contacted my print shop to get them to print it at the 11 or 10 by 10 inch square that I need to stick on here. And they were like, it's gonna be $40. And I was like, no, I don't think so. So I'm gonna print it in a couple of pieces, really carefully stick it here onto the panels, get all of my current sticker designs stuck onto there, and just basically have it ready to go set up. Good morning. I am running a little bit late, but it's okay. I made it here on time. Had to pay twice as much for the Uber as necessary, but these are the things that we have to do to get to the convention when we are supposed to. I will get set up now. This room feels so much smaller than I remember it being, which is kind of weird, but yeah, let's set up the table. I have still not gotten to the bottom of this cup of coffee. It is a miracle that I can have a coherent conversation with anyone at this point, but I am set up. Everything is good to go. I was finished at literally 10 on the dot, like I always am because I'm a pro. But anyway, this oatmeal that I made this morning is going to give me the energy I need to get through. There's a bunch of food trucks outside with like Japa dogs and a bunch of Japanese food. Looks amazing. I think today's gonna be really fun. Let's hope it's gonna be a good day. I already made some sales. Oh yeah, oh my god, and so I don't know if we've discussed my Monster High affinity yet so far on the channel, but this is my new hyperfixation, and my friends picked this up at Costco for me for 20 bucks. It was on sale. These dolls never go that on sale in Canada, so it was such a score. I completely forgot about it. They dropped it off, traded me for some pins, and I got some more little guys to customize. Okay, it's literally so slow. I'm gonna open these dolls here. And also I need to open them so that they fit in my suitcase, but they might not even fit in my suitcase if I don't sell more stuff, so.
Let's do an I bite test.
I might, you got it. Would you like a little baggie for it?
They can't go fit in the wallet.
Yeah.
So we'll go.
They're pretty robust, so it should be all right in there. I'll trade you for 5.
Perfect.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
As well. So it's a collection of my favorite sketches from 2020. Oh yeah, there's business cards social media in there. I mostly use Instagram and YouTube these days. Okay, hi, hello. So it's 2 o'clock now, and I just counted 23 sales. And we started at 10. So in 4 hours, 23 sales. Not great. I'm actually doing like a ton of markets over the next month and a half or so. So frankly, if this one's gonna be a slow start, I totally understand. It's local, it's one day, and I have many, many other opportunities coming up to look forward to. Okay, everyone, that was Haramatsuri. Thank you for joining me. Another con vlog. I mean, this was kind of like a mini con vlog, like a con taster, a con hors d'oeuvre, if you will. And I'm glad I didn't decide to commit it to a full video because there just wouldn't be enough to make a full video, but I still wanted to take the time to wrap things up here before we end this video off. I had a really good time at the con. I did get a chance, about 45 minutes, my friend watched my booth for me and I was able to walk around and talk to everybody. And it sounded like everybody had roughly the same experience that I did, which was that it was good. It was fun. Was it great? No. I did not, in fact, meet my kind of like day sales goal that I generally have for markets, which is 1,000 Canadian dollars in sales. We fell a little bit short of that, coming in at about $710 in sales, which isn't too bad. The table was only $80. My Uber in the morning was surge priced, so I had to pay $40 for that, which was kind of a kick in the teeth. And then I paid about $15 for lunch. That comes to about $135 in expenses, and then of course there is the product cost that needs to be deducted from my gross sales as well before we get kind of like a net sales number, but we don't do that on the channel because I don't keep my books that clean. I think I have a few thoughts about why this market didn't go as well as some of the other single day markets that I've been doing so far this year. And one of those reasons is that there already have been single day markets this year. So about a month ago, you might remember the Kawaii Con video here in Vancouver. That market is so similar to Harumatsuri. It basically brings the same audience out, and so here I'm thinking like, okay, maybe these people already went to Kawaii-Con to go shopping, and now Harumatsuri, which is a bit more of like a festival, a convention rather than just a market, they're not there to spend money in the same way that they were at the last one. I had a special going because it was $4.20 the day of the market, and I decided if anybody spent more than $40, because I have kind of a buy 3 get 1 free for $30, and I didn't want that to stack on top with getting another free thing for $30, so I set it at $40. You got a free 420 themed sticker. Only 2 purchases the entire day were more than $40. I was looking at Square, which gives me like information about the average amount of the sale, and it was like 15 to 20% lower than like my low average. So when I do a good show, the average is around $25 per sale. This one was like $17. That explains there was a lot of people kind of picking up $5 here, $10 there. And so at the end, I had maybe around 30 or 35 sales. And when that number of like how much they're spending is low, yeah, you end up with a relatively low gross sales for the day. Whatever, just explaining to you. I'm not really disappointed because it was fun. It was very laid back. The only thing I wish I did was bring something to work on while I was there, because it was so slow that I kind of had the opportunity to double dip my time, but instead I don't even know, sat around, stared at my phone, whatever it is people do to pass the time. I would say that I probably wouldn't go back to this convention, only because if it is going to be the same time of year next year, this is already going to be like such a busy period for me that if I'm not going to go to this show and make a ton of money, then it's kind of like I can cut it out, save my energy for the bigger ones that are upcoming. But of course I am glad that I went. I saw a lot of my friends and had a really good time. So, you know, I'm not counting this as an L. We're not adding this to the pile of L's in the video. This is a firm, like what's in between an L and a W? Like I'm getting like N, like null, or a draw. It would be like a draw, win, lose, draw. So this was a bit of a draw. I'm sure this video is long enough, so I am just gonna hop right into the ending here. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Be sure to leave a comment if you've had any thoughts throughout the course of this. I always like it when people will leave a comment based on some random thing that happens in the video, like referencing it. I like when people notice when Nori is skulking around in the background and like put like a link in when you can see Nori in the video, because we all know he's actually the main character on the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you made it all the way to the end, and if you really love me, you can hop over onto Patreon, join this list of amazing people in supporting me over there. Patreon and my patrons are the reason that I can make content, even if it's fewer and farther between some particular periods of my life. Some of them are subscribed for $1, which is like a tip jar. You get extra videos, podcasts, sometimes digital downloads, or you can pledge at a higher tier to get mailable rewards. There's just a couple more days left in our space self-care themed month for April, and then we'll be going into the news cycle for May. And spoilers, it has a little something to do with my current hyperfixation, so something to look forward to. For $10, you get a sticker sheet mailed right to your door. For $25, you get around 4 assorted items based on the specific theme, including the sticker sheet. And both of those tiers include a lovely thank you message from little ol' me, because I appreciate these people so much. If you do enjoy what I do, you have a couple dollars to spare this month, maybe ongoing, consider jumping into my snack pack over on Patreon. The link is below. But of course I know we can't support every creator we love online, so I just want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. I'm gonna do my best to continue back on having weekly uploads, but it's about to be very busy for me, so if I do fall behind, please forgive me. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time.
String piece.
Is there like a weird video being made or something to go along with this song?
Yeah, so the idea is that the strings play